Hello everyone, welcome to lecture 3 about digital logic. In this lecture we will talk about logic gates and Boolean algebra. The content in this lecture has been taken from the book authored by William Stallings. The name of the book is Computer Organization and Architecture. So let's start our discussion about digital logic and Boolean algebra. First we are going to see what is Boolean algebra. Boolean algebra is a mathematical discipline that is used to design and analyze the behavior of digital circuitry in digital computers as well as in other digital systems. Boolean algebra, named after an English mathematician whose name was George Boole. George Boole proposed basic principles of algebra in 1854. Boolean algebra is a convenient tool for analysis as well as design of digital circuitry. While analyzing a digital circuit, it plays an economical way of describing the function of digital circuitry, and while designing a digital circuit for given desired function, Boolean algebra can be applied to develop a simplified implementation of that function. In short, Boolean algebra is a tool which can be used for analysis and design of digital circuits. What are the variables and operations used in Boolean algebra? Boolean algebra makes use of variables as well as operations like in mathematical in algebra. For example, you may write a plus b. So a is an algebraic term which can be assigned some values. For example, for any time 3, later on 5, and so on. Right. So these variables that those can be used in Boolean algebra. These variables and operations are logical. The variable may take the values 1 or 0, means true or false. Like in mathematics, if you have a plus b, for a you may assign any value like 5 or 7 or 100, 2000, any value you can assign it. But you know that in digital system we have only two possible values, 0 and 1. So the values that you can assign to the variables, it can be either 0 or it can be either 1. Basic logical operations that can be performed on the variables are AND operation, OR operation, and NOT operation. Correct? So what is AND operation? This AND, whenever you perform AND operation on variables, logical variables which can hold values 1 or 2, 1 or 0, then it yields the value true, the result true, if and only if both of its operands are true. Like in programming course, you might have written some if statement. For example, A is greater than B and A is greater than C. So this is relational operator. It gives you the value true or false. So it may give you true or false. Very similar to that, this logical operation will also give you the value true or false. So whenever you are going to apply AND operator on these two logical values, you will get the result either true or false, that we call it 1 or 0. Correct. So that is the same here. AND operator yields true, means binary value 1, if and only if both of its operands are true. In the absence of parenthesis, the AND operation takes precedence over the OR operation. For example, there is a statement x a multiplied by b minus c, and so here which operation will get precedence? This multiplication operator, because this operator has precedence over subtraction. But if we write x assignment A multiplied by B minus C, but B minus C is in parenthesis, then first you will go and evaluate this B minus C, then you will multiply with A. Very similar to that, if you are having, for example, A and B or C. Here there is no parenthesis, so it says that in the absence of parenthesis, the AND operation takes precedence. It means that first you are going to evaluate this one, then whatever the result will come, you are going to OR with C variable. When no ambiguity occurs, the AND operation is represented by a simple concatenation instead of dot operator. How we represent AND operation? Generally, if there are two variables a, b, then AND can be represented A and B with a dot symbol. But it says that it can be also represented as simply AB without using any additional symbol. So this is our AND operation. OR operation, what is OR operation? OR operation yields true, it yields the result true if either or both of its operands are true. Whenever you are having two values, then how we represent OR? By using a plus sign. So this will give you the result true if either this is true or this is true or both of them are true. Okay. NOT operator. This is also called inverter, and this inverts the value of its operand. So if the value of operand is 0, it will convert it to 1. If the value of operand is 1, the NOT operation will convert this value to 0. So here we are going to see all these three operators, AND, OR, NOT, and some more operators we are going to see. So first we will see these operators for two input variables. So for example, let's say that we are having two inputs P and Q. The possible inputs for P and Q can be P and Q both are 0, 0. Or another possibility is that P is 0 but Q is 1. Another possibility is that P is 1 but Q is 0. And the last possibility is that both P and Q are 1. So first let's go and discuss NOT operator, NOT P. So this NOT P can be represented by using this symbol P and here put a bar over it. Correct? So this is called NOT P. Sometimes this is also represented P and this only one single quote. So here this is called P naught. So if, as the P say here, the invert operator says that it inverts, NOT operator inverts the value of the operand. So here the value of operand was 0. So NOT will convert it to 1. If the value is 0, it will convert to 1. But if the value is 1, it is going to convert it to 0. This is NOT operator or inverter that we call it. Now let's go and discuss AND operator. P and Q. AND requires minimum two variables, minimum two operands. Correct? So here P and Q can be written P dot Q, that we will read as P and Q, or sometimes it is simply written as PQ. Okay. So here the definition of AND operator is it will give you the result true if and only if both the operands are true. If both the operands are true, then only it will give you the result true. Otherwise, if any of the operand is not true, if any of the operand is false, then it is going to give you the result false. As you can see, both are zeros, you will get the 0. One operand is 0, you will get the 0. Another operand is 0, you will get the 0. But if both the operands are 1, then only in that case you will get the result true. PRQ. How we represent PRQ? we use plus sign to represent logical OR. So P plus Q means PRQ. So here the definition of OR operator is that if either one or both the operators are having value 1, then the result will be 1, means true. So here none of the operands are 1, then the result is 0. Here one operand is having the value 1, result is 1. Here one operand is having the value 1, so the result is 1. Here both the operands are having the value 1, so the result is 1. So these were three basic operators. Not that we call it inverter, P and Q, PRQ. Then we have NAND. NAND means first perform AND operation. Then whatever the result you get it, go and perform NOT operation. So this will give you NAND. So here how we represent NAND? NAND can be represented PQ, P and Q and a bar over it. So that we call it P NAND Q. So here as we just discussed that how we get the result of P NAND Q. First you perform the AND operation. So AND operation is here of P and Q. This is the AND operation. Then find out its NOT or inverter. So if it was 0, then NAND will become 1. AND was 0, NAND will become 1. AND was 0, NAND will become 1. AND was 1, so NAND will become 0. So this is NAND. What is NOR? There is another one is NOR. How we write NOR? We write PRQ and its inverter. So it is again first you perform OR operation, then you perform NOT operation. So here for P and Q operands you performed OR operation here, then find out its NOT. So it was 0, so it has become 1. Then 1 it will be converted to 0, 1 is 0, 1 is 0. So for these inputs the NOR will give you this output. Correct. Another operator that we call it exclusive OR, in short we call it XOR. The symbol to represent XOR or exclusive OR is this symbol. You use a plus sign then a circle around it. Correct. So how we find the result of exclusive OR? Exclusive OR says that both the values, if there are two variables, then it will give you only the result true if only one of the values is true. If the both values are same, whether they are false or true, then the result will be false. So for example here P and Q, both the values are same, so the result is going to be false. Both these values are same, so the result is false. Here exclusive OR means only one value is true, then only the result is true. Only one value is true, so the result is going to be true. So these are the basic operators in Boolean algebra that you should know while discussing the Boolean identities later on. Now if we extend these Boolean operators to more than two inputs, so when we can get the output 1. So for example, let's say that you are performing AND operation not only on two variables but more than two variables, correct? A, B, C, D, whatever. So it will give you the output 1 if all the set of variables or operands are 1. Means whatever the number of operands you are going to use in an AND operation, then all these operands should have the value 1. If you are performing OR operation on more than two variables or two inputs, then when it will give you the result 1 if any of the set are 1. Means whatever the value here, this is OR operation. So at least one of the operands should have the value 1, then you will get the result 1. The NAND, if you are going to use more than two variables in NAND, then any of the set are 0, means at least one of the operand is having the value 0, then you will get the result. In NOR, you will get the result 1 if all the set are 0. All the set are 0. And in exclusive OR, you will get the result 1 if the odd number of ones in the, means odd numbers of variables are having the value 1 in the inputs. Let's take an example. For example, here, let's say that you are having A, B, C, let's say 3 variables, correct? So here, if all 3 are 1, then you will get only the result 1 in AND. But in OR, if you are performing A plus B plus C, if at least one value is 1, the others are zeros, then only you will get the result 1. NAND, it says that if all the sets are 0, means first you will perform AND, sorry, if any of the set are 0, means at least one value is going to be 0. So if one value is going to be 0, so this AND will give you 0, and whenever you will take its not or you will invert that value, you will get the result 1. Similarly, NOR, so all the set are 0. Whenever all the set are 0, then only you will get the result 0. Then whenever you perform its NOT or inverter, then it will convert it to 1. And here exclusive OR, then here odd number of ones you should have it. Either 1 at one variable should have the value 1, or 3 variables should have the value 1. If it is more than 3 variables, means whatever the number of variables are there, odd numbers of variable should have the value 1, either 1, 3, 5, 7. So these number of variables should have the value 1, then only you will get the output 2. So let's move further. How we represent graphically, how these operators are represented. So here these are the operator names: AND, OR, NOT, NAND, NOR, exclusive OR. So graphical symbol to represent AND is this symbol. Here you have two inputs, one output. OR, this is the symbol to represent OR. This is the symbol to represent NOT. This is the symbol to represent NAND. And this is the symbol to represent NOR, and this is the symbol to represent exclusive OR. So here you see these two symbols, they have little bit of similarity, and, but here there is one extra circle is there which represents the NOT. Similarly this one and this one, this is OR. So here this symbol OR and one additional circuit which represents the NOT. So first you perform OR, then NOT. Here you perform AND, then NOT. And exclusive OR, here it is somehow similar to OR. So here this graphical symbol I am saying. So here it's OR, but here one additional curve is there that represents exclusive OR. How mathematically you represent it? For AND operator, you write either A dot B, that we read as A and B, or simply you write AB. This R is written as A, you use plus sign to represent R operator, so A or B. For NOT, either you use A and then a bar over there, or apostrophe comma you use it, correct? So these are three basic one. Then for NAND, you use AB and then whole bar, or A dot B whole bar, both is correct. Then for NOR, you use A or B, then the whole NOT. And then exclusive OR, you use A, then this symbol, and then B, right? Then again, this table that we have written over here, okay, and these are the inputs, these two inputs, and these are your output for different operators. So here that we call it, this table is called truth table. This table is called truth table. So what is the truth table for AND? As the definition of AND operator says that you will get the result true means 1 if all the values are 1. So here all the values are 1 for in the input, then only you get the result true. If any of the value is not 1 means if any of the value is false, the result is false. Similarly, OR operation, the truth table for OR operation, the OR operation says that if at least one value is true, then the result is true. So you see here none of the values are true, so the result is false. Here one value is true, result is 1, and one value is true in the input, so the output is 1. Both values are true, then the output is 1, right? Then in NOT, whatever the input is there, you get its opposite, means you invert that value. So 0 to 1 and 1 will become 0 if you pass through NOT gate. Then NAND gate, first you perform AND this one, then you perform OR. So 0 0 will become 1, 0 1 will become 1, 1 0 will become 1, and 1 1 will become 0. Correct? Then NOR will give you, first you perform OR operation, then you take its NOT. So OR it was 0, it will become 1. So 0 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0 means if any of the value is true, the result is going to be 0 in NOR. Exclusive OR, all the values are same, the result is even number of values are the result to become true, you should have odd number of values as true. So here the number of values for true are 0 means evens, result is false. So here odd number of values in the inputs are true, the result is true. Odd number of inputs are true, the result is true. Even number of values are having value 1, so the result is false. Okay. So these are operators or operations that you call it. These are graphical symbol for these operations. These are algebraic function for these operations, and these are the truth table for these operations. So for all these operations, we are having basic logic gates. We have buffer, inverter, and NAND, OR, NOR, XOR. What is buffer? Okay, we will see later. Okay, so what is buffer? Whatever the input is there, the same is output. So here this is input, and this is your output. So normally used to drive several gates or devices requiring high drive requirements. So the buffer, whatever the input you apply to it, we will get the same as output. So if the input is 0, the output is 0. If the input is 1, the output is 1. Then the next one is inverter or NOT gate. Inverter or NOT gate. So this is the graphical symbol as we discussed earlier. This is the graphical symbol for NOT or inverter. So here this is the input, this is the output. The output is always inverse of input. Means if the input is 0, the output will be 1. Input is 1, the output is 0. So here this is your graphical representation. This is your algebraic function, and this is your truth table. Let's go for AND. This is the graphical representation of AND gate. 2 inputs, 1 output. How we write algebraically? This is the algebraic function for AND gate. Output Z is equivalent to A and B, logical A and B. So what is the truth table? If both values are true, then only we get the result true. If any of these two values are false, then the result is going to be false. Okay. So this is a graphical representation, graphical symbol, algebraic function, and this is your truth table for AND gate. Then for AND, first you perform AND operation for A and B, right? So here you will get A and B. Then you pass these two, I'm sorry, A and B. So you will get here A and B. Then you will pass this A and B to NOT gate. Then here you will get A and B bar, that we call it that we call it NAND. So here this is your graphical representation of NAND. This is algebraic function and this is the truth table. So if you pass A as 0 0, the AND will give you the result 0, but if you pass it to the NOT gate, the result will become 1. Similarly, if A is 0, B is 1, still there is this A and B will be 0, but if you pass it through the inverter, then the result will become 1. Or if A is 1, B is 0, still the A and B will be 0, but if you will pass it through the inverter, then the result will be 1. But if both A and B is 1, then A is 1, B is 1, so A and B will become 1. If you will pass it through NOT gate, then the result will become 0. So this was our NAND gate. Now let's discuss OR gate. This is the graphical representation of OR gate. This is the algebraic function, and here OR gate, OR operation says that if either of these values, means at least one value should be true or both values, then only we will get the result 1. If both all the values are 0, then only we will get the result 0. So here all the values are 0, result is 0. One value is true, result is true. One value is true, result is true. All the values are true, the result is true. So this is the truth table for OR. Then NOR gate. NOR is also, first you perform OR, then here you will get ARB, then pass this ARB to NOT gate, so here you will get your NOR output, right? So here this is the this is the graphical representation. A and B are the input, Z is the output. This is the algebraic function, and this is our truth table. So if A is 0, B is 0, then this will become 0. But whenever you pass it through inverter, result will be 1. But if A is 0, B is 1, like in this case, then the result will be here A or B will be 1. But when you pass through inverter or NOT gate, the result will be converted to 0. Then A is 1, B is 0, still A or B will be 1. But after passing through NOT gate, it will be converted to 0. A is 1, B is 1, the result will be R will be 1, A or B will be 1. But after passing it through the NOT gate, it is going to be 0. So this whole represents our NOR gate. Exclusive OR gate. Exclusive OR gate says that, or exclusive OR operation says that odd number of in variables are carrying the value 1 will result into a true value. If the even number of variables are carrying the value 1, then the result will be false. So here this is the graphical representation. A and B are the inputs, Z is the output. This is the algebraic function and this is the truth table. So here how many numbers of variables are having the value 1? Even, because 0 is considered as even. So the result is 0. How many variables are carrying the value 1? Even. So the result is 0. And here how many variables are carrying the value 1? Odd number. 1 is odd number. Only one variable is carrying the value 1. So the result will be 1. Similar is the case here. Odd number of variables are having the value 1. So the result will be 1. Now we are going, these were gates. So we discussed about inverter, AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate and exclusive OR gate. They are graphical representations, they are algebraic functions and the truth table. Those truth table and algebraic functions are very important because we are going to use them later on. So now we are discussing Boolean algebra. These Boolean identities, they help to simplify the digital circuits or logical circuits that we have. So first Boolean identity that we have, that is called commutative proposition. So here if you are writing A and B, this can be written as B and A. The result will be same. For example, A was 1 and B was 0. So either you write A and 1, A 1 and 0, or 0 and 1. In both cases you will get the result 0, right? So you can write either A and B or B and A. Similarly, A or B is equivalent to BRS. For example, A was 1, B was 0. It can be written as 0 plus 1, right? So it will give you the result 1 in each case, right? So A or B can be written as B or. Similarly, another identity that we have, that is called distributive proposition. So here if this is the case, A and B are C, so it can be written as A and B or A and C, like in mathematics. For example, if you have A, B plus C, so you are writing AB plus AC. You just open the bracket and multiply A with B and multiply A with C. Very similar to that here. You want to perform AND operation with variable A to B or C. So here first you go and it can be written as A and B or A and C. Then here we have A or B and C. It can be written as A or B and A or C. Maybe it looks little unusual. So here let's go and see how it can be done. So we can take this one, A or B and A plus C. So we'll go and simplify this one so that we can get this value. So let's go and use this identity. So how we can write it? A dot A, sorry, A and A R C plus means R operation, B and A R C. So you can open this one by using this identity again. So A and A, R, A and C, R, B and A, R, B and C. Correct? So you know that A and A will become A. For example, 1 and 1 will be 0, 1 always, right? And 0 and 0 will always be 0. So A and A will be reduced to A, and A and C, this can be written as, no issues, we can write BA or BC. And you can take A common over here. So 1 plus means 1 RC, and here BA plus BC. So if you perform R operation and one of the value is 1, so it will give you the result, right? Then here AB or BA, both is correct. So here again it will be reduced to A plus, correct. Then again take A common, then 1 plus B and BC, correct. Then again we are performing R operation, one of the value is true, so the result will be true, correct. So if you are performing R operation, so if it is 0, the result will be 0. If it is 1, the result will be 1, means the result is going to be A if you are performing R operation with 1. So A or BC, which is the same as this one, correct. So in distributive proposition, if you have A or BC, it can be written as A or B, this one, and A or C, correct. Then we have law of involution. If you perform A is there, you pass it, there is input is A, You pass it with one AND gate, you will get A naught. Then you pass with another AND gate, you will get A naught and its not, which is equivalent to A. Take an example. For example, it was 0, so it will become 1, right? Then again you are passing with another and not gate, so it will become 0. If it was 1, then here it will become 0 and here it will become 1. You see, this output and this input is the same. Means if you perform not operation twice on any operand, then you will get the operand itself. Means if it was 0, you will get 0. If it was 1, you will get 1. Right? So 2 times not operator means 2 times inversion will give you the actual variable. Then let's go and see some more identities. Here we have identity proposition. If any variable is there, you are going to perform OR operation with 0, then you will get the same value as this input. If you are performing OR operation with 1, then always the result is 1. If you are performing AND operation with 1, then you will get the same result as this operand. If you are performing AND operation with A and 0, so the result is always 0. Inverse proposition. What is inverse proposition? If you have one value is 1, then you want to perform OR operation with its inverse, then what you will get? You will always get 1. Like if it was 1, then what will be its inverse? 0. So it will always give you the result 1. But if you are performing OR operation with an operand and its inverse, it will give you 0. Why? Because if it was 1, then its inverse will be 0. So it will give you the result 0. Or if it was 0, so inverse will be 1. It will give you the result 0. Here we have simplification theorem. A, R, A and B will be reduced to A. How? Because you had A, R, A and B. So you see A is common in both these terms. So you can take A common. So what will be left? 1 R, B. And we have just discussed that if you perform R and one of the operand is 1, so always the result is 1, right? So it will be reduced to 1. So this is going to be fine. Now this one, if you have A and B, sorry, A and ARB, it will be also reduced to 1. How? You open this parenthesis. So it will be, right? This identity we have not seen, but if you know that 1 and 1 will be 1, 0 and 0 will always be 0. So here it will be reduced to A, then here you have A and B. Then again you may take A is common in both cases, like this is the same identity that you got it, so it will be reduced to A, correct? Then the next one is A, R, A inverse and B will always give you A plus B, right? You can also simplify by putting Boolean identities or using truth table. Let's do this one with truth table, correct? So for example, there are two values A and B. Possibilities are 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1. So we require A naught. What will be A naught? It's inverse, right? So 1 and 1, 0 and 0. So what will be A plus, sorry, first go and perform A bar dot B. So what will be this one? Perform OR operation between these two. So 0, then 1, then 0, then 0, right? Then perform A and A naught and B, means this one and this value. Perform OR operation between these two values. So you will get 0, then you will get 1, then you will get 1, then you will get 1, right? Now simply you go and perform A plus B. A plus B means A or B between these two variables. So here you will get 0, here you will get 1, here you will get 1, and here you will get, and you see this and this is the same, means A or not A and B is equivalent to A and, sorry, A or B, correct? So these two, this is an identity in the Boolean algebra. This is De Morgan's theorem, and this is very important theorem whenever you simplify any digital circuit. Okay, so here this is NOR, or and it's not. It can be written as it is equivalent to A naught and B naught. Similarly, this is NAND. So NAND means A and B and it's not. It can be written as not A or not B. Okay, this is very important theorem that we have and we will use it later on. So let's move further. Proof, how we can say that this is equivalent to this one and this is equivalent to this one. Again we are going to prove by using truth table. So here we have A or B and its complete NOT, means NOR, and then we have it is equivalent to not A and not B. So first we have A and B, so possible inputs are 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 1. So we require A or B first, this much. So A or B 0, for these two values 1, for 1 0 1, for 1 R 1 1, right? Then we are going to perform its NOT, means exclusive, NOR operation for on these two. Then it will become, it was 0, so it will become 1, it was 1, so it will become 0, 1 to 0 and 1 to 0, right? So it means that we have got this value here, correct? This value is here, right? Then let's, for this one, so you get A naught. How you will get A naught? Whatever A is there, take its means inverse, right? So A was 0, so A is 1 here. It was 0, so 1 here is 1, 0, 1, 0. Similar for B naught, right? B was 0, so here 1. It was 1, so 0, 0, then 1, 1 to 0. Then you go and perform OR operation between these two values, which is not A and not B, means OR operation between these two values. So 1 and 1, 1. 1 and 0, 0. 0 and 1, 0. 0 and 0, 0, right? But if we see these values and these values, they are the same, right? Since both sides give the same output, this proves the theorem, means A or B and its whole NOT is equivalent to not A and not B. Very similar to another theorem, you can go and prove it by yourself using the truth table. NAND and NOR logic. Both NAND and NOR are adequate, means they are enough for any digital circuit. If you are designing a digital circuit, then only these two gates will be enough. That is, any other system of connectives can be reduced to a combination of either of them. Doesn't matter how complex the circuit is there, how many gates you are having, different types, that can be reduced or that can be converted either just by using NAND gate or just by using NOR gate. However, integrated circuits typically contains only one type of gate. Either they will contain NAND gate or NOR gate, correct? So any circuit can be converted either using by AND gate or by using NOR gate. De Morgan's theorem shows how to convert between NOR and NAND. how to represent and or not using NAND only, that we are going to see in the next slides. So how to convert NAND not to NAND. This is our not, correct? So how we can convert this not to NAND? We know that in NAND, how we represent NAND? By using this symbol, then here circle, and here A and AB, correct? So we are having A, B whole bar, correct? So, but if we have both the values as A, then what will happen? A and A whole bar. And we know that A and A can be written simply as A and it's not. So you see, what is this value? This is not A, right? So it means that for one input, for if you have input 1, that you make as for both input as 1 as A, then output will be A naught, correct? So a not can be equivalent to a NAND gate. So NOT gate could be replaced by one NAND gate with both inputs are connected together in NAND gate. So it was not one NOT is equivalent to one NAND. Now let's go and see AND gate, how we convert AND to NAND gate. So here this is AND gate. So let's go and use NAND gate for A and B. So here if it was A and it was B, right? So A and B and whole NOT. But if we take another NAND here, and these two values, this input is the input for both operands, for both lines, then what will be the output? A and B naught and its whole naught, right? Correct. Now we can apply De Morgan's theorem here, correct? Because this is one, this is another one, so it will, De Morgan's theorem will do that this one plus means R, this one, right? And involution last proposition says that if you perform not operation twice on any operand, you will get the operand itself, right? So AB and AB, correct? And here AB and AB means A plus A, you will get the result A only. So here this will be reduced to AB only, correct? Which is a AND operation, correct? So this one can be one AND gate, you see, can be represented by using two NAND gates. So here A and you are passing A and B to NAND gate, here you will get A NAND B, correct? Then A NAND B here, A NAND B here, as I just wrote those equations, what you will get? You will get only A and B. It means that one AND gate could be replaced by two NAND gates. The input of second NAND gates will be connected together working as NOT, correct? This is also very similar to if you, this is very similar to NOT gate, right? Got it? Because we just discussed in the previous slide, one NOT is equivalent to one NAND gate, correct? So here A and B NOT, then again you are taking its NOT, so you will get A and B double NOT, right? So whenever you are performing NOT twice, it will be reduced to only A and B. Now let's see for OR gate, how we can convert R to NAND gate, correct? So here, go and say this one. First take A, both inputs are connected together, so you will get A naught, because this one NAND is equivalent to one NOT, right? Then another NAND is equivalent to another NOT. So if you are passing B and both inputs are connected together, so you will get here B naught, right? Then again, if you are passing A naught and B naught to another AND gate, sorry, an AND gate, then you will have A naught and B naught and its whole naught, right? Then this is equivalent to AR B, right? Because you can apply De Morgan's theorem here. So you will get A double naught or B double naught. So this will be reduced to A and this will be reduced to B. So here OR gate, one OR gate can be replaced with 3 NAND gate. So what we have we can conclude here, 1 NOT is equivalent to 1 NAND. 1 AND is equivalent to 2 NAND. And 1 OR is equivalent to 3 NAND, right? So if any digital circuit which contains NOT gate, AND gate and OR gate, we can replace these different gates by using NAND gate only. Means a circuit is possible only using NAND gate. So then here is the explanation of this diagram. OR gate could be replaced by 3 NAND gate. The inputs of first two NAND gates, means this one and this one, will be connected together working as NOTs. So here this was De Morgan's theorem. What De Morgan's theorem says that A and B whole bar means NAND operation is A naught and or B naught, right? So this is equivalent to, first you pass A here, this circle represents naught, then you pass B here you will get A naught, here you will get B naught, right? Then pass with OR gate, correct? So what you will get, A or A naught or B naught, right? Correct? So this is what? This is De Morgan's theorem, means NAND is equivalent to 2 NOT and 1 OR gate. Very similar to this one. This is NOR gate, correct? NOR gate means A or B whole NOT, right? So these are two NOTs. You know that De Morgan's theorem says that not A and not B, right? So first how to get not A? Pass A, then A naught. Pass B here, you will get B naught here. So pass these two values to AND gate, correct? Then here you will get not A and not B, correct? Which is the same as this one, correct? So one NOR gate is equivalent to 2 NOT and 1 AND gate. So let's say that as we have just discussed that any circuit is possible to convert that circuit either by using NAND or by using NOR. So here this is the circuit given. We need to convert this circuit using NAND gate, correct? So here we will go and redesign this one. So here this is a NOT gate, this is a NOT gate, this is AND gate, this is AND gate, and this is OR gate. So first we replace each NOT gate. So how one NOT gate is equivalent to one NAND gate. So here this NOT we are replacing with this NAND, and this NOT we are replacing with this NAND. Rest of the circuits are as it is, correct? After that we discuss that one AND is equivalent to two NAND gate, correct? So wherever the AND gate is there, replace AND with 2 NAND gates. So this was AND gate, we are replacing this with 2 NAND gate. This AND gate we are replacing with 2 NAND gate, correct? Now in the next step we are replacing OR gate. We have discussed earlier, one OR gate can be replaced with 3 NAND gate. So here this much we have done, right? So now this OR gate we are going to replace, right? So one OR gate we are going to replace with 3 NAND gates. So this NAND gate, this NAND gate and this NAND gate, correct? So this is the circuit which is equivalent to this circuit, but all the gates are NAND gates, but the output is still the same. Output will be still the same for these two inputs. Now we can go and further simplify by using Boolean identity according to law of involution, which says that 2 times NOT will be reduced to the original operand, right? So according to law of involution, remove any consecutive NOTs, right? NANDs with connected input. So here we are having two NANDs. You see this one as well as this one. Means one NOT and then this is another NOT. This is one NOT and this is another NOT. So this does not have, we can go and remove them. Correct? We can eliminate them. So if we eliminate them, our circuit is left with this much and this NAND gate. Correct? So here we see the circuit. This was original circuit and this the converted to NAND gate circuit. So this the circuit could be redesigned using 5 NAND gates. How many NAND gates are there? 5. Instead of 2 NOT, 2 R, sorry 2 and 1 OR gate, right? So any circuit whatever is given to you, you should be able to convert it into NAND gates only. Similarly, you can also convert any circuit to NOR gate also. Any circuit to NOR gate also. But for that purpose, first you need to find out how to represent a NOT using NOR, how to represent AND using NOR, and how to represent OR using NOR gate. Very similar what we had done earlier. I will give you one hint. For example, here this is A naught, right? So how we can represent by using NOR gate? This is our NOR gate, right? So if it is A and B, it was giving A or B whole, correct? But if we replace it with A, so here we will get A or A whole not. But this will be reduced to A only. A or A will be A and A naught. It means that was circle here. It means that one NOT is equivalent to one NOR. Very similar to that, you will go and find one AND is equivalent to how many? NOT is the same, one NOR. So one AND is equivalent to how many NOR? Here you have to find it out. And one R is equivalent to how many NOR? You need to find it out, correct? Now we are going to discuss 1-bit half adder, how to perform arithmetic addition of 1 bit, two 1-bit numbers, correct? So here, if you have two inputs A and B, each value is 1 bit only. So it can be either 0 or 1, 0 or 1. So the possibilities are here, both the values are 0, 0, or the values are 0, 1, or the values are 1, 0, or the values are 1, 1. So in mathematics also, sometimes for example you add 5 plus 3, one digit number, what you will get? 8. You don't get any carry, it does not give you any carry, means you produce only one digit number. But let's say that 8 and 9, what you do? It produces 17, means one 7 digit, then it also, because it's more than one digit, so that we call it carry. For example, if it was 18 plus 29, so you will get 17. You will not write 17 here, you will write 7 here, and this one you will write it here, correct? This 71 here, this is the carry, and this is your result that you get. Then again this carry you add with this one and then this one, so whatever the result is there, you go and write it out. Very similar to that we do it here, right? So if 0 and 0, so 0 and 0, the sum will be S represents sum. S represents sum and C represents carry, correct? So here the result sum will be 0 and there is no carry, means carry is also 0. But if 0 and 1, sum will become 1, but there is no carry, means carry is 0. And 1 and 0, the sum will be 1 but there is no carry, it means that carry is still 0. Now 1 and 1, 1 and 1, it should be 2, right? How we write 2 in binary? 1 0, right? So the sum, it should be 1 0, but one bit extra we got it, right? This is overflow condition is there, right? So this is the only sum that we get it, and this extra one bit that we call it carry, that will be overflown, correct? So for 1 and 1, here we have to be careful, right? Sum is 1 and carry is 0, correct? So this was block diagram. What is this block diagram? If we have one bit adder, we supply two inputs, so it will produce two output. One output line will be sum and another output line will be carry. Then by using, we have seen what are the possible inputs. So if 0 and 0, this is the sum, and carry will be 0 0 0 1 1 0 1 0. Sum will be 1, carry will be 0 1 1. Sum will be 0, carry will be 1, right? This is called our truth table for half bit adder, for half adder, one bit half adder. This is the truth table, right? Now to design this circuit, we need Boolean equation for the sum and the Boolean equation for carry, correct? Now here, see carefully here. Wherever we get 1, wherever we get 1, wherever we get 1. So here sum is equivalent to, wherever we have 1, we have to go and perform AND operation. We need to perform the AND operation with the input so that it produces output as 1, right? So here, if we perform 0, A was 0 and B was 1, right? A was 0 and B was 1. So if we write 0 and 1, it will give the result 0, right? But we want output 1. So it means that this 0 we need to convert it into 1. So how we can convert it? If we take its inverse, right? Whatever the A was there, take its inverse. So wherever, for any input, it is whenever you are writing the Boolean equation, wherever you will find 1, go and take all the inputs and perform AND operation. For zeros, take their complement. So here A bar, A naught, B. It will give you 1. Then perform OR operation, and for second one, right? So what is second one? A is there, but B was 0, so we'll take its complement. Understand? Similarly for C, here we have only one, at only one place we are having 1, so we'll go and perform AND operation because both values are 1. So here we will simply write AB, correct? So here, if you see this one, okay, now there is another way of writing this one. If you see this truth table, 0 1 1 0 for these inputs, for which gate? This one, right? Where we get 0 1 1 0 0 1 1 0, correct? For these inputs, this is the output. We get it for one exclusive OR gate. It means that our sum is equivalent to A exclusive OR B. So our sum is equivalent to A exclusive OR B directly here, right? Correct? So in this way you can write A exclusive OR B. And if you see this output we get it for which gate? AND gate. Means when any of the value is 0, we get the result 0. When all the values are 1, we get the result 1. So here the carry is A and B, which is written as AB, right? So if these are two inputs A and B, so to get the sum, we need to pass these two inputs A and B through exclusive OR gate, which will give our sum, right? And these two inputs, if you pass through AND gate, then we will get our carry, correct? So in this way, we can go and design the circuit. So here this was block diagram, then draw the truth table, write the Boolean equation, and then design your circuit. Correct. Now full adder, 1 bit full adder means whatever this input, this carry that we got it, where is this one? This carry that we say that it has overflown, right? So we will pass that carry to the next half adder. So for full adder, what we have? We are having A, B and C. C in here we are writing. Why C in? I'm sorry. So C in is our third input. Means for AB, whatever the carry is there, whatever the carry we get it, we supply this as an input to the next half adder. So here, if A, B and C in, C means C in means this is C. All the values are 0, are 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 1, 1, 1, right? Correct. So in case of half 0 0 0, the sum is 0 and the carry is 0, sum is 0 and carry is 0. 0 0 1, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 1 0, sum is 1, carry is 0. 0 1 1, because in 1 1 we have discussed earlier, right? Sum will be 0 and carry will be 1, right? Correct. So here sum will be 0 and carry will be 1. 1 0, sum is 1, carry is 0. 1 1, again sum will be 0, carry will be 1. Then 1 1 0, sum is again 0, carry will be 1 2 1. But 1 1 1, so here first two ones, it will give you some 0 and carry 1. Then this carry 1 will be added with this one, right? Got it? Or okay, these 1 and 1, again it will give you this 1 and 1, it will give you some 0 and carry 1. Correct. So here this way you will get the sum 0 as well as carry 1. Okay. So in this case, again this one, let's start from here. From these two, sum you got 0, the first bit you got, the first sum you got 0, but the carry you got 1, right? Then this carry you will pass it to the next half. Means as a you will use this carry and this input bit, and then you perform sum again. Then again the sum will be 0 and the carry will be 1, right? Got it? So here the carry was 1 and here the carry was 1, correct? So in this way you get the sum 0, sum 1 and carry 1. So now we need to write the equation for this one. Again, the same rule that I told you earlier. Wherever you find 1, you will go and take these ones, correct? And then for all these input perform AND operations so that they produce 1. So here for this one, for this one, for this one and for this one. So first we are writing C out, which is carry. Then this, for this one, because it was 0, so you'll write A naught. So here A naught BC, or perform OR operation. Then for this one, A, B naught and C, correct? Then for this one, A, B and C naught, A, B and C naught. Then for this one, all of them are 1, so A, B, C, right? Correct. So this is our C out. We will see how to simplify this one. Very similar to that, we will write for sum, right? So this is 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here. So it means that for this input group, for this input group, for this input group, and for this input group, right? So for this one, I'll get A naught, B naught, C. A naught, B naught, C. Then A naught, B, C naught. Then for this input, for this one, we are getting A, B naught, C naught, A, B naught, C naught. And for this one, we are having A, B and C, correct? So this we got it for S, right? All then here we apply Boolean identities that we have learned earlier to simplify our equations so that we can get the up- a circuit which requires less number of gates. So here, as you can go and see, okay, let me simplify this one. So here we have, let's say we had a naught bc plus a b naught c plus a b c naught plus a b c, right? So here you can take something common here. What is common? C is common in both. So you can take C common, a naught b plus a b naught, and here you can take AB is common in both these terms. So AB C naught C, and this you know that this is equivalent to, this is our A exclusive R B, and C naught R C will be reduced to 1. So this is finally C A exclusive R B R A B, means this one we got it. After this simplification will give you this one, right? Now let's go and simplify next one. So here you had this one, correct? So then here what is common? A naught is common, only A naught is common. So B naught C plus BC naught, and what is common here? Here you have A common again. So B naught C naught or BC, correct? This is again A exclusive RB, sorry, B exclusive R C, correct? And this is A, and this is B exclusive R C naught. See, now you might be asking how come, correct? So let's go and take this one, B exclusive R C whole naught. So what is B exclusive R C? B naught C or B C naught whole naught, right? Then again, if you apply De Morgan's theorem, you will have B naught C and its whole naught dot BC naught and its whole naught, right? Then again apply De Morgan's theorem. So B double naught, right? And C naught. And this will be B naught and C double naught. B double naught will be reduced to B, and here C naught, and here it will be B naught, C naught, double naught will be reduced to C, right? Then open again. What will be this one? If you see B naught, BC, this one, then B naught, C naught, and C naught C, right? This will be reduced to 0. This will be reduced to 0. So what we got it? BC and B naught C naught, correct? So you see this is the same as this one, correct? So it means that this can be written as B naught V exclusive R C whole naught, right? Then if you assume this is X, this is X, so A naught X, A X naught, again it's exclusive R gate. So here we can write A exclusive R, B exclusive R, C, this one, correct? So after all these calculation, we have written this one here, and finally we got this one here, correct? So once we get simplified Boolean equation for sum and carry, then we can design the circuit. So we have three inputs A, B, C or C in, correct? So how to get sum? We have to perform C exclusive R, C exclusive R, A exclusive R, B, right? So here first we are performing A exclusive R, B. So here we will get A exclusive R, B, right? Then we need to perform exclusive R with C. So here A exclusive R, B is coming over here. Then C is coming here. So here you will get A exclusive R, B exclusive R, C, correct? So this is done, correct? Now C out. We have C and A exclusive RB. We have A exclusive RB here. So pass it with the AND gate and the another input is C. So here you will get C A exclusive RB. This one, right? You are passing here. And what you will get here? AB, right? So you are passing with AND gate, so you will get AB. Then you are passing with OR gate. So here what you will get? AB, R, C, A exclusive R, correct? Which is the same as this one. So this is our circuit diagram for this 1-bit half adder. So for any problem, the important thing is that you should have this truth table. From truth table, you will get your Boolean equations. But these equations you should simplify it by using Boolean algebra. Later on you will learn another method to simplify Boolean equations. But right now you know only one method, which is Boolean algebra. Then once you get your simplified equations, then go and use the gates to draw the circuit diagram. Now the next one, this is a block diagram. This is block diagram for 1-bit full adder, correct? So here this is for the first bit, right? These are the two inputs, A0, B0. Initially there is no carry 0, so you will get first some bit and then it may produce carry, right? So this carry you will pass for the another half adder, right? So here you will get first sum bit, then again for the second bit it will produce you the sum bit, then for the carry will be the input for the next adder, right? For next half adder. So here this is the input and then it will produce the sum for this one, for this for the third bit, and if it will produce carry, so the carry will go as input to the next one, and again for this input it will produce the sum. If it will produce carry, then the carry will be considered as overflown signal. So here this is your sum will be generated over here. Now here we are going to discuss about multiplier. We discuss adder, now we are going to discuss multiplier. So here this is the block diagram. For example, let's assume that a simple multiplier 2-bit input value. So for input values A, which is of 2-bit size, and another input is B, which is also of 2-bit. So here this is input 1 and this is another input. Like in mathematics you say that x multiplied by y, right? It may be 12 and it may be 24. How many digits are there? 2. And how many digits are there? 24, right? 2, correct? So for example 99 and 99, if you go and multiply, how many bits you will get it? The result, of course, it is going to be more than 2 digits, right? So 3 or 4 digits you will get it, correct? So here these are the two input values are there. So the maximum possible output, the size can be 4 bits. Size can be 4 bits. So for example, in maximum 2-bit, in binary the number can range from 0 to 3. Also another number can range from 0 to 3. So the minimum value you can get, if you multiply 0 and 0 you will get 0, but if you will multiply 3 and 3, the maximum value can be 9. And if you convert 9 into binary, you will get 101, right? So how many bits are there? 4 bits, correct? So the output require 4 bits. So here these 4 lines represents your output, means product line 0, product 1, product 2, product 3. Product means multiplication. After multiplication, whatever you get, that we call it, we got product, correct? So this is the block diagram. So for this block diagram, we are going to write the truth table. So this is the truth table. This is input 1, first input of 2-bit, and the second input of 2-bit. First input is 0, second input is also 0. I am writing here in decimal, correct? First input is 0, second input is 1. First input is 0, second input is 2. First input is 0, second input is 3. Now this is the maximum possibility that we can have for this input, right? This was for A, this is for B, correct? Then again this is 1, then this is 0, this is 1, then this is 1, this is 1, this is 0, this, sorry, this was 1 1, here 2, right? 1 0, then 1, then this is 3. Similarly, now all possibilities for B is over, then again it will become 2, then B is 0, then 2, then 1, then 2, then 2, 2, then 3, correct? Then it will become 3, then 0, 3, then 1, 3, then 2, 3, then 3, right? Got it? So if you multiply 0 and 0, what is the output? 0. 0 and 1, 0. 0 and 2, 0. I will write here. 0, then 0, then 0, then 0 and 3, 0. Then 1 and 0 again. I am writing in decimal. Here this is again in decimal. Correct? Then 1 and 0, 0. 1 and 1, 1. 1 and 2, 2. 1 and 3, 3. 2 and 0, 0. 2 and 1, 2. 2 and 2, 4. 2 and 3, 6. And similarly here 3 and 0, 0. 3, 1, 1. 3, 2, 6. And 3, 2, 9. Correct? Got it? Now here, if you multiply these into binary, so the result for this decimal in the binary is 0. For this 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. For 1, 0, 0, 1. Correct? Because we require 4 bits as we just discussed for 9, right? So for 3, 0, 0, 1. For 0 again 0, 2, 0, 0, 1, 0. For 4, 0, 1, 0, 0. For 6, 0, 1, 1, 0. Means these are the binary equivalent for these decimal equivalent. For 9, 1, 0, 0. Correct? So it means that for these inputs, 4 input lines are there. We have this output which is also 4 output lines. Correct? Now we got our truth table. Then the next step is to write Boolean equations. Write Boolean equations. Correct? So how to write Boolean equations? We have to write for P0, for P1, for P2, and for P3. How to write it? This is the homework for you to find the Boolean equations for P0, P1, P2, P3. Let me write it for one. For example, I am going to write for P0. So you have to see where you have got one. You have got one here, and one here, right? So P0 equivalent to, for this 0 you have to go and perform OR operation for all the input lines so that it produces 1. So it was 0, so it will be A1 dash. A0 was 1, so we'll write simply A0. B1 was 0, so B1 dash. B0 was 1, so we'll simply write B0. Or, then for this one, then A1 was 0, so A1 dash, then A0, then B1 and B0. The next one, A1 for this one, A0, then B1 and B0 dash because of this one, correct? And the last one is A1, A0, B1, B0, correct? Then you will take some common, apply Boolean identity, and you will get a simplified equation, correct? Similarly, you will do that for P1, P2, and P3. Once you get all these 4 equations for P0, P1, P2, P3, then you can design your circuit, correct? So here, this is the exercise for you. Complete designing the 2 by 2 multiplier remaining steps. The first step, the truth table has been given to you. So write the Boolean equation of the output for P3, P2, P1, P0. I have written for P0, but you need to simplify it further. Correct? If you don't simplify, you can directly draw the circuit. It will be correct, but it will be very complex. It will be very complex. So always the good step is to first go and simplify the equation, then design the circuit. Yes. So the first step is to write the equation, then minimize it. Minimize it means that simplify these Boolean equations that you have got it in this step for P0, P1, P2, and P3. After minimizing the Boolean equations or simplifying the Boolean equation, you can go and draw the circuit for the 2 by 2 multiplier. So this is all about this lecture. Here we have talked about different gates. The important gates are NOT gate, AND gate, OR gate, NAND gate, NOR gate, exclusive OR gate, right? Then we discuss some Boolean identities which can be used to simplify or minimize the Boolean equation. So to design any circuit, the first thing is that you should have truth table. Then from this truth table, you will write Boolean equations. You will write Boolean equations. Then you will minimize the equation. You will minimize or simplify these Boolean equations. Boolean equations. And after that, you will go and draw circuit diagram. Draw circuit diagram. Correct? So these are the steps that you need to follow to design any digital circuit. Thank you so much for today's lecture.